Hi, this is JakeShirleyCoaching.com, and today we're talking about the reasons people use debt and what you should do instead. So on this channel we talk about personal finance and how personal finance is personal. It's personal to you because each person's situation is unique and different. So let's get started. So we're talking about 3 reasons people use debt. And there's probably more reasons, but these are the 3 I came up with, and that's what we're going to talk about. The reason number 1 is the credit score. And you probably heard this before because so many people talk about how important it is to build your credit score. You need to build your credit score to buy a car or buy a house, but is the credit score really necessary? Well, people talk about the credit score as if it's been around a long time, but the credit score as we know it today has only been around since 1989. And the credit score determines how trustworthy you are as a borrower. A higher credit score makes lenders feel more comfortable about loaning you money because they feel that the higher your credit score is, the more likely it is that they're going to get paid back and paid back on time. And they do want you to pay them back because they want to get their money back plus interest. There are 5 factors that make up the credit score. They include 35% of the factor of your score is paying your past accounts on time. And another factor is 15% is how long you've been using credit. And you build your credit score by taking out loans, and it might be a credit card or other kind of loan. So to get a high credit score, you have to be in debt, a lot of debt, for a long time, and to make your payments on time. But the question is that really a good thing? So the question is, do you need a high credit score? You only need a high credit score if you plan on borrowing money. And this could be for anything: furniture, appliances, cars. So the only reason to use debt and build your credit score is so that you can go into more debt later on. You build up a credit score, and a lot of people just start out with a credit card, so that eventually you can build up your credit score and be able to qualify for loans in order to buy a house or cars or whatever else you need. Instead, I teach people to pay cash for things, including cars. So let's talk about if you need a credit score to get a mortgage. The short answer is no. You don't need a credit score to get a mortgage. They can do something called a no-score loan, or it's also called manual underwriting. It takes more time, more documentation, but it is possible to get a mortgage without a credit score. Once you pay off and close all your credit accounts, so you don't have any loans or credit cards, after some time your credit score will become undetermined. This means that you have no score at all. They cannot determine what your credit score is. So if you have a high credit score, that means you've been in a lot of debt for a long time. If you have a no credit score at all, that means you have 0 debt. So let's move on to reason number 2. Taking out a loan seems quicker and it seems easier, but is it really? See, we like instant gratification. We want the things we want, and we want them now. It takes longer, and it might take some sacrifice to save up and pay cash for things. So if there's a car we want, or we feel like we need new furniture, or whatever it is that we want, we think that it's easier to get the thing we want right now and pay for it later. But when we do that, we also end up paying interest. So when some people say they can afford something, what they really mean is that they think they can make the monthly payments. But if people can really afford something, what it means is that they pay for it in full up front. We don't like to think about it, but things change and life changes. Sometimes life can throw us a curveball. We can get sick or hurt and can't work anymore. Something breaks in the house or on the car. Or we might lose a job through no fault of our own. But when this happens, we still owe the debt payments. We still have to make the payments on the loans. So loan payments do not go away just because our life changes. And life always changes. Instead of using debt to get things we want quicker, I recommend that people start working on paying off the debt they have and to stop adding more. This means not using credit cards anymore. It might take a little bit of sacrifice, but it's only a short-term sacrifice. And short-term sacrifices mean long-term benefits. So the thing to remember is that these things are temporary. It might seem hard not to go out to eat as much, or maybe we cut some of our streaming services and things like that, but it's only temporary. And I want to teach people to get at once they're out of debt, to build a cash emergency fund. Because having a credit card and that's your emergency fund, that's a bad financial plan. So maybe the biggest reason people use debt is because they believe it's just what people do. They get the idea that everyone uses debt and their parents use debt, so they think they have to use debt too. And it's the only way they know. All of these things make it sound like we can't get through life without a credit score and using a credit card and having debt. But I want to teach people something different. I also want to say really quick that this is not about placing blame on your parents or anyone else. That's not what this is about. So it seems like all of society and everyone you know teaches that you have to build a credit score and that you're always going to be in debt. So maybe until now, no one's even told you that there's another way. Well, I want to teach people that there is another way. No matter what anyone has taught you up until now, you can make your own choice. You don't have to use debt, and you don't have to worry about your credit score. It can help a lot to read books and listen to podcasts and watch videos like this one, but personal finance is personal. The coach can work with you one-on-one and help guide you on your unique journey. And I thank you for watching this video, and if you like personal finance videos, then please like this video and subscribe. Thank you.